Yeah, I thought tonight was an interesting game. Certainly, we didn't play our best game tonight, but I was proud that we were able to find a way to win it. Really knew that Navy was a scrappy team. They had won their last two games. Ed DeChellis is a really good coach. I mean, I've been coaching against him since 2000 when I got into business. When I was at the Citadel, he was at East Tennessee State. I mean, he's a good coach. Those guys are scrappy. Every game you watch them play, they play hard and they compete at a high level. And I'm glad I told my players it was going to be a war, so I'm glad we was able to fight and find a way to win that game.
Is this the type of game that can pay off later down the season? Having a war like this where you go back and forth the whole night. Just how much character does this build in a team?
Well, I thank God that we have guys who really enjoy each other. I think that's a sign of a good team is when you can win a game and you don't really play particularly well. We've never been able to do that since I've been here. This is probably the first time we won a game where we didn't play well. Usually you lose those games. But I thought that Marquise Pointer and, Terrence O'Donohue and Grant and Evan Bailey, and I think Cam Johnson was in. It was a 5-minute stretch in the second half, man, and they just stabilized the game. They took 2 charges, made some big-time shots, had great energy. And, that's what you got to do when you have guys who don't play a lot. Terrence hadn't played a lot. Evan hadn't played a lot, but they came through, and they were ready to play when we called their number. And I'm just really proud that we was able to find a way to win that game with, total team effort.
Talk about Grant, and we've been hearing, and seeing from the Citadel game, but hadn't seen it since. What it meant for him to kind of break out and have a game like he did tonight.
Well, we knew he was a great player. He is weird because in his situation, he come off the first game he started was at Villanova, and so here you got a freshman. Never started a game before, and the first game he started is at Villanova, number 2 in the country. And he couldn't stand up. He was falling all over the place, trying to be aggressive, couldn't stay on balance. And we just encouraged him, hey, man, stay aggressive. You didn't play well, but stay aggressive. I don't want you to shy away. And I thought he came out tonight and gave us a great lift. And Joe Chile had been carrying us. So Joe Chile go 3 points tonight and had fouls, couldn't get in a rhythm, calling fouls on him, travels, different things of that nature. And you was able to win a game without him, playing a lot of significant minutes. So, again, I'm just happy for the guys. Like I said, I thank God that they really enjoy each other because there's a lot of guys who want to play minutes, and sometimes you don't play as much as you want to. And Grant is an example. Grant never really played more than about 18 to 20 minutes. And then tonight he come out and played 30 and played great. So just excited that we could find a way to win a game where we don't play great. And the sad thing is we don't play great, but we scored 70. That's good, too. We scored 70. I told a referee, I've never been in a game in 17 years of coaching, 16 years or whatever I've been in this business, where you got 18 turnovers and 10 of them travels? It's unheard of. He said, well, it's a new emphasis. And I said, well, I knew we traveled 3 times, but, and again, those guys got new rules, new emphasis, and they called a great game. I just told all of them, it's the first time. Hey, you called a good game, but it's the first time in all my years, and it's a long time, that I've been coaching where you see 10 turnovers come on travels. It's unbelievable. So for us to get 70 with all that, I thought that was a good game for us.
It was a game of runs, too, though, and you guys had a big run, right? In the second half.
Yeah, like I said, the middle of the second half, we had an 8-0 run, and we made a lot of good defensive plays. We took 2 charges. We made a couple threes, and again, that's what good teams have to do. I told the players, a good team will have to do this 4 times, where they play a game where things are going against them and they got to find a way to win. This is the first time we've been in that situation. So I'm proud of the guys.
Quick turnaround on Sunday with Davidson coming in here.
Right.
Is this still a game that this school considers a rivalry?
Well, I think so. I think so. It's the next game on the schedule. It's a big game. Obviously, when we both were in the Southern Conference, it was big-time rivalries. It was a big-time game. And I feel that it is a big-time game, It's 3.5, 4 hours away from here. It's an old Southern Conference traditional team, and both programs have great history. So I'm sure there'll be a lot of pride when that game, come on Sunday.
To get hot when it counted there, how good does that feel to really contribute heavily there in that run to put you over the top?
It felt really good. The past couple games I haven't been shooting the ball too well, so just to come out here tonight and get some easy ones think that helped me out in the long run.
What was the difference for you tonight? Just keep on shooting and eventually they just go in?
Yeah, I guess it's just the law of averages, I guess. But seriously though, the past couple of days in practice, I feel like I've been having some good ones and the team been having some good ones. So.
Cam, talk about in a game of runs, you guys got the biggest run and the most important one there in the second half.
We just got to keep grinding, keep playing defense, getting stops, hopefully get some easy buckets in transition. And it's kind of easy to go on runs when you got, a teammate like Grant Riller putting in buckets like he's doing.
And you knew that he was capable of this, so what was it like to finally see it kind of come to fruition on the court?
Oh, we see it in practice all the time. It was just a good opportunity for him. He saw space, he created space, he got some looks he liked, and like I said, we see it all the time in practice, so it's nothing new to us.
Grant, how big to have that night, to get that confidence, and especially heading into the Davidson game? Obviously, it's a rivalry before you were here, but it's one that people really care about on Saturday night.
I think it's pretty big, not only for me, but for the team. Like I said, the past couple practices have been good, so I feel like we prepared well, and I think we're going to go doing the same into the Davidson game.
When you're struggling shooting, how do you get out of that funk? What do you do?
Just staying with it, get to the free throw line, get out in transitions. My teammates did a good job looking for me in transition tonight, so I think that helped out a lot.
Cam, you've been struggling a little bit, had a good night shooting tonight. Talk about that, and then defending number 20, because it was like you were on him all game long.
Yeah, really good player. He had 14. I tried my best. And my teammates, they do a good job. Help defense. It's not just all me. It's a team effort. It's a lot of rotations. It's a lot of talking. And as far as my shot, short memory. Put them up, get back on defense.